So tell me if I don't answer your question properly. Okay, so let me talk about how queries work, because that will hopefully answer the question that Judy has about the order of the columns within the query, and why does it matter where the customer ID is in relationship to the last name or the address or the city, state, zip code. Why does that matter? And the answer is this. Let me get out my highlighter because I love my highlighter. Queries work from left to right. Okay? It will check this column first and run through the criteria, the sorting, all of the stuff in this column first, and then it'll move on to the next column. Once it does all of that, it runs on to the next column to go on, to go on, to go on, to go on. Okay? So, if you think about it in those terms, and this looks like a caterpillar a 2-year-old drew, but okay, so let me get rid of it. So, if you think about it in those terms, let's say, and this is actually, I'm really glad you brought this up, Judy, because this is a really important point. Let's say I do sorting. Let's say I want to sort my query. Currently, my query is first name, then last name, then city, state, zip code, and all that stuff. But what if I sort this? Right? So what if I go in here and say sort by first name in ascending order and last name in ascending order? How is it going to sort the data? When I run this query, how is it going to sort the data? Of course, it's going to sort it by first name, and then wherever it finds first names that are equal, that are exactly the same, it then looks to last names. So you can see here, Alan Fox comes before Alan Otwell, and Alonzo Gillis comes before Alonzo Liu. Andrea Hoffman, H, comes before K, so Hoffman comes before Krupke, and so on, and so on, and so on. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. What if we want it to be sorted last name and then first name? Well, keeping in mind what I just told you, that the query works from left to right, what that means is we need to rearrange these two fields so that it will first sort last name and then first name. All right, so let's do that real quick. I'm going to show you I'm going to show you how to do it. It's actually really pretty easy. There is one little trick to it, though. The trick is this. The trick is moving a column, moving a field from left to right or right to left, doesn't really matter. It's actually a two-step thing. It's actually a two-step process. If I want to move the last name in front of the first name, there are two steps to this. The first step is to select the last name. And the way to do that is to go to that light gray bar just above the field name. So there's the field name there. Go to the light gray bar above it, and you'll see your mouse pointer turns into a little tiny black down pointing arrow. Give it a click, and it selects that column. It selects that field. That's step one. Step two is to click that same bar. Now it's kind of a very, very dark gray. Click that same bar and drag, and you'll see a line, a black line move. You can see I can move it to the right or to the left. And when I let go of my mouse key, that's where it goes. Now, keep in mind, that's all I've done. All I did was move that one column, that one field, one spot to the left. That's all I did. But look at the difference when I run the query. It is now sorted by last name. So all of the Butlers are listed together here, and they're in alphabetical order based on their first name. All of the Campbells are listed together, and they are also alphabetically organized based on their first name. So that's how a query works. It works from left to right. Okay? It resolves the query from left to right. And that is true of anything you put in here, not just sorting, but also any criteria that we're going to talk about in a minute. And even these little show or hide buttons. Those are also part of the whole resolution process. So when it resolves the query, it checks all of that information and moves from this column to this column to this column to this one, and so on and so forth, until it's all the way done. Okay, does that make sense? Judy, did that answer your question? Excellent.